following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, where every man in a thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party, let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your one I wanna be, Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Stars. He'll dress.
Hey ho, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We got a great show for you guys today. We have Sadie Katz coming on, and we have a recording artist and actress Arrow coming on. It's going to be a lot of fun. Before we say hi to everybody in the chat room, let's say hi to our cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Hey everybody, did you know that our dog Astro smiles? He actually smiles. He lifts his lips up and he shows his teeth like this. He looks like me. I really could be his father.
You are.
Oh, I mean his real father, because he's handsome. Look how handsome he is. He's a beautiful boy.
He is.
We're going to maybe meet Sadie Katz's dog today. She has a new puppy, and I'm sure she's going to put him on TV.
I love it. So hope everybody's doing good. Let's talk to our chat room for a minute. Hey, everybody. What's up, chat room? We want to welcome all of you guys to the show today. We've got football player Boomer Mays, Pat Grant from Canada, B. Claudia from Germany, Teresa Sabin from Florida, Angela Joseph is in Colorado. We want to say
congratulations, Grandma.
Congratulations to you, Grandma. Angela Joseph had a baby granddaughter, girl yesterday.
Little girly girl.
And so it's wonderful. So congratulations. Backpack John is in the chat room. I don't know. It went by. I don't know if I missed you guys. Like you have to type something. Oh, Don Hinton is there. Don, hope your neck surgery went well.
Yes.
And we're happy to see you joining us. We are the Quackster twins. Yes, with our duck shirts.
And Dave Hughes, guess what?
He's not there yet.
No, but he's on my Facebook all morning about Sadie, messaging me. He's having a nervous breakdown because he's totally in love with Sadie Katz. And he thinks she's the sexiest thing in the world. And he cannot wait to see Sadie on our show this morning.
Oh, Cindy Lady Lake, too, is in the chat room. Hey, Cindy, how are you? We're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be a blast, and hope everybody's doing well. We're wearing our duck shirts. These are vintage.
Yeah, they're different. They look alike on TV, but they're not.
Yeah, they're different.
Mine is trimmed in seersucker, blue seersucker, and his is trimmed in blue cotton. But the ducks are the same.
And these are one of a kind.
And the buttons are different. My buttons are pearlized. His buttons are not. They're ivory. So they are not identical shirts. They are different.
But they're vintage Jimmy Star shirts.
Yeah, and Jimmy only makes a one of a kind. So we decided to, because it's spring
and Easter Sunday.
Easter is on Sunday, that we would wear our duckies. And I love my duck shirt. I've worn it for years now. No matter where I go, people comment and say, "Oh, I love your duckies." I said, "Oh, so cute."
It's also funny because if anybody paying attention, like the Mighty Ducks is my favorite kids movie series, and the Mighty Ducks has been re-released on Disney Plus now. And so they're like redoing the Mighty Ducks, and so we're also wearing ducks in tribute to the Mighty Ducks because I freaking love that's like my favorite Disney movie of all time, next to Escape to Witch Mountain.
I don't have my favorite Disney movie is Peter Pan. I love the cartoon. I remember when I saw it, I just fell so in love with it, and I decided that I was going to be Peter Pan, and I would be excuse the expression, that I would be gay and never age. So
that's true.
The gay I did, the never age I'm working on.
That's like funny.
But it's a wonderful cartoon. And I remember the song da 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 la da 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 la da 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 dee da 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 da.
I don't even remember. I remember Peter Pan though. The
I
cartoon.
don't remember the lyrics, but I know the melody.
Oh, she says watch time, but watch time is a watch you've worn before.
I've worn this watch many times because it color coordinates my
yellow
shirt.
And blue.
It's a chartreuse yellow band with a sort of an aqua blue, ocean blue face, and it matches the shirt perfectly. I like to do that. I like to match wristwatches to shirts, and it's a 40. You know, whatever, 40.
Dawn says her granddaughter is named after Peter Pan. Her granddaughter's name is Wendy Faye.
See that?
Not a Peter Pan. That's funny.
That is funny.
Actually, you gotta like love it. It says
know,
Teresa says you're never gonna age.
Thank you, Teresa. I have a very nice story to tell you quickly. I named myself Russell after my best friend Jane Russell because I loved her since I was a kid. And then I was fortunate enough to be a dear friend of hers, a close buddy friend of hers for years until Jane passed. So everybody thinks that my name Russell is because of Jane, which is partly true. Now, my daughter Leslie went on that, what is it called? Where you go back?
Ancestry.com.
Ancestry.com. And the other one, and guess what my great-grandmother's name was? Rosselli. Rosselli in English is Russell.
Oh, there you go.
So I just thought, isn't that fabulous? Had I known this, I would have called myself Rosselli, Ron Rosselli. But that might be a little too ethnic, too Italian. Anyway, the Russell is in honor of my darling, legendary departed friend, Jane Russell, who was absolutely one of the kindest, sweetest, nicest people I have ever met in my life.
So also, we want to tell everybody. So
Also beautiful.
I'm sure all you guys are totally like bored, like you're stuck watching TV every night. We've been watching TV every night. We've seen like everything. So now we're watching like all these old movies. But we watched a good old movie last night, and it was called The Bedroom Window, and it's from like 1988 or something. And it's Steve Guttenberg
What a thriller. Woo!
and Elizabeth McGovern, right?
McGovern.
And it was actually a good thriller film. We had a really good time. So if you guys have nothing to do, look it up. It's either on I think it's on Amazon Prime.
It's got an exciting ending. It's really a very, very, I enjoyed it. I've seen it before. I remembered some parts of it, but not all of it. But I enjoyed it twice.
Yeah, and if you guys are watching anything cool, let me know. I'm almost done with the last season of Riverdale. I love Riverdale. And The Boys. I'm watching The Boys. And Ron has a great tan. Yes, he went to the pool.
Yeah, I overdid it. I think I've gotten too much. I darken very easily. Being Italian, we don't really need sunshine. All we need is olive oil and stand in front of a stove and cook, and we become tan. So I think I damaged some skin. I'm not happy with my darkness. You see, I don't turn pink or red. I go black. My skin just automatically gets like chocolate. And that's damaging your skin and making wrinkles. So I'm going to lay out of the, I'm going to lay off going and laying out for a while. But it looks good. I mean, it makes you look healthy. I look like a surfer, an old, like a 90,000-year-old surfer.
That's funny. So Pat Grant's in Canada. She's like, pool, we have so much snow. It's not even funny.
I know, my poor Canadian. But you know what? You guys are so used to it. I would die if I had that kind of weather. But you were raised in it. You lived in it. To you, it's commonplace.
That's so funny. And Boomer says download Tubi, which we've been watching Tubi too, you guys. If you download Tubi, Tubi, it's an app and it's free.
Yeah, we like Tubi.
And then you can see like all the old movies. They have commercials in them, but they're like not overbearing commercials, so it's pretty good.
And they're like 2 seconds long. But getting back to weather is also inducive to your background. I'm 100% Italian, Greek, some Israeli, whatever. Not really. What's it called? Palestinian. Genes, and we like sunshine and darkness. I mean, you get dark, and we like sun and warmth. But people that are Dutch, Swedish, or Norwegian, German, they can tolerate the snow and the cold because their eyes are blue or green for the snow. Dark-eyed people cannot tolerate snow because the glare goes in too deep. But if you're light-eyed, it reflects the snow. So nature made it that where we lived, we were designed for where we live. Now we're in Palm Springs, and I understand next week it's going to be 99 degrees, almost 100 degrees. Hey, it's too early in the year for that. We don't want it now. Then we're going to drop dead when it goes to 120.
Actually, Pat says she's leaving there soon. She's in Ontario, but they're leaving. She's leaving it soon. It's too cold.
I love
She sent me
Ontario.
pictures. She sent me
Ontario's
pictures in
beautiful.
Twitter of all the snow.
Yeah, but Ontario's, I've been up, living in New York, Ontario was our neighbor. And like I said, we used to go to all the gay bars up there because they had the cutest guys in the world in Ontario. And when the guys heard that you were from New York City, oh my God, you were a celebrity. No, the word would go out. You see that tall one with the black hair? He's from New York. Well, they would come running over to meet me and talk to me. Oh, you're from New York City? Like we were the big city slickers. And of course, with my New York, Brooklyn accent, they were fascinated.
You gotta love it.
I love Ontario. I think I
I
love
don't, I've never
Canada.
been to Canada. That's
Oh, I
the
love.
one place I haven't been.
We're going to go when we go back east for the summer. We're going to go to. I love Canada. Canada is the most beautiful country.
Oh, so Pat says she's going back to Ontario, but right now she's in a place called Labrador, and it gets really, really freezing cold there.
Labrador, screw you, Labrador. What are you out of your mind?
They don't even use cars; they use snowmobiles.
Labrador is like up in the Arctic somewhere.
Yeah.
It's above Canada. Labrador is like, forget it.
That's like,
oh my God.
That's like when you're like in those places where like the Thing movie takes place and the monster comes and gets you and you can't get out because of the snow.
If they ever sent me to Labrador, I would really tell myself, I don't know what I would do to myself, but I would sneak back into the warmth.
Bees and Bon.
Labrador. Ugh.
Bees and Bon, and she says it's green in spring.
Yes.
Teresa says she loves the heat. Teresa, and she's in Florida, so that's good.
Right.
And Dawn says she's in Bakersfield. It's 86. That's nice. 86 is nice.
Bakersfield is very pretty. Bakersfield is up and coming, you know. I remember 40, 50 years ago, it was such a hick town. The bus didn't even stop there. Now, I was in Bakersfield about a year or two ago, and it really is changing. It's getting to be quite a metropolitan.
That's where we first met Sadie in person, not on our show. She had been on our show a zillion times.
On the shoot. We were on that
Yeah,
shoot.
we were on a shoot.
What was it? Felissa Rose?
Felissa Rose and Caroline Williams and Dave Sheridan were making a movie. It's coming out this month.
Something Rose.
No, they changed the name though.
Killer Rose.
It was called Killer Rose. They changed the name and
What is it now?
I don't know. I forgot. But Dave told us when he was on.
Dave who?
Dave Sheridan.
Oh, told us the name?
Yeah, he's the star of it. Him
I
and
know he's the
Felissa.
star.
And
I love Dave Sheridan, one of the nicest people in the world. I'm going to act with him again. I can't wait to go to work with Dave. He's really a gem of a guy and a super comedian and a great actor.
That's where we met, though. Felissa Rose the first time,
Right.
Dave Sheridan the first time,
And
Sadie Katz the first time. We had known them all because they had been on our show, but we had never actually met them.
I never knew who Sadie Katz was. And I'm sitting at the bar where they're shooting, and I'm talking to Sadie, and I happened to mention my daughter, and she said, "Oh, do you have a picture of them?" And I said, "Sure, I do." And I showed Sadie pictures of my two daughters, and Sadie jumped off the bar stool screaming, "Oh my God, I know her. She's my friend." And that was Deirdre. Deirdre and Sadie used to hang out years ago up in Beverly Hills with all the swells. I think Deirdre was friends with Joaquin Phoenix at the time, and they used to go to, what's her name's house? The Barrymore girl.
Yeah, Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore's and hang out. So, you know, they know each other forever.
So also we want to
Small
welcome
world.
we want to welcome the Scene Snobs channel has joined us. I think that might be Mick, Manhattan, but the Scene Snobs, what's up? Welcome to the show, you guys.
Hey, boys. How's it going?
Everything is good, and Angela is totally like running around in there. So Angela, we're super happy that you have a new granddaughter to go with all your other many
your
kids
tribe.
and
You
grandchildren.
can say tribe. She has a tribe there, a pleasant tribe, a happy tribe, a fun tribe.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
She's got that woman has a family. Okay, she could do.
And one of her sons, I think, passed his driver's test the other day.
Good for him. The only thing is, I'm only unhappy that in California they've made marijuana legal.
They made it legal in New York today.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Well, we've had so many collisions out here now due to marijuana. Our car accidents have really increased tremendously, especially even in Palm Springs on 10, which is our highway. And one of the policemen that we know said it was due to the people smoking grass. And they, you know, it's like drinking. When you're high on grass, you're high on liquor. But they arrest you if you're high on liquor, but they don't arrest you if you're high on pot. I think pot smoking should be done in your home or at a party, and then, you know, clean up, sober up before you get behind the wheel. The same as drinking. I don't say pot is not to, you don't have to, you know, pot is fun, but not when you drive, because so many people have been killed with head-on collisions. And I think it's listen, people were smoking pot before they made the law. At least it keeps people from going to jail because they have an ounce of grass on them, which is ridiculous.
We want to also give a shout out to Cambria Carpenter, joined us. Hello. And
Who is that?
Cambria Carpenter.
I don't know her.
She's in our chat room every week.
Did you know her?
Yeah.
You ever
You've
meet
never
her?
met her. No, we've never met her.
Well,
Hi,
maybe,
Cambria.
Maybe we'll meet you one day, Cambria.
There you go. You gotta love it. So Sadie should be calling now.
Where is that girl?
I don't know where she is, but she should be coming, hopefully. And Ron's. Oh wait, what did it say? Ron's almost smiling.
What?
Ron's almost daughter,
Yes,
Sadie
she
Katz.
is. my make-believe daughter. Sadie
Look, that's what she
Katz.
wrote. Ron's almost daughter. Sadie Katz.
It's true. Look, she's got the sisters out. She did that. Now, Dave Hughes just fainted.
And he's not there. I can't believe he missed that.
No. Dave Hughes is going to watch it on YouTube because Dave Hughes right now is live somewhere on a show.
You gotta love
Yeah,
it.
Dave
everybody.
Hughes is on a show right now, so he can't be here. Dave Hughes is madly in love with you, thinks you're the sexiest woman in the world, and he's crazy about you. Out of all the girls, you're the one. So give a shout out to Dave Hughes.
Wait, we gotta welcome her.
Hey, Dave Hughes. I think my mic's a little high. Hold on.
I love her.
Look at
I
her.
sound like the voice of God.
To know her is to
Or
love her.
Satan, I should say.
Oh
Can you
my-
guys hear me okay now?
Wait, Sadie, you're too
Turn
loud.
it down a little bit. It's
Whoa.
really loud.
You're really loud.
So, hold on.
That's better. That's better.
That's natural now. Before you sounded like a frog.
Oh, now she disappeared. Now we can't
Now
hear
we
you at
can't
all.
hear you at all.
Oh, now we hear you.
Can
Now
you
we
hear me now?
Yes,
We
now it
can
went
hear you
loud
now.
again.
Can you hear loud again?
I guess.
It's a little bit loud. It
Speak.
says that your mic is a little bit high.
Speak, my dearest.
Well, I'm turning off my mic.
Oh,
How do you like me now?
Now it's
we
good.
always like you.
It's good. It's good. It's good. It's
Is
good.
it better? See, I tried to frame my boobs in the picture, but
I didn't realize that you had such a big rack. I always thought you were like little sized, and now I'm looking. You got big boobs.
well, you know what? I don't wear a bra ever. So, I don't have. Now I wore my cleavage dress just for you guys.
I figured. Now Dave Hughes is seriously. Dave Hughes is having a nervous breakdown.
Except for he's not there.
No,
he will be.
Dave said he'll watch it on YouTube. Unfortunately, he can't come in because Dave is doing a TV show somewhere live. He invited me to go in live, and I said I can't. We're on the air in 20 minutes. So Sadie, the man of your
So hold on, let's do an intro.
well, wait a minute. The man that loves you the most in the world, besides Miles and me and Jimmy, is Dave Hughes.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, actress, producer, writer, and now host of the Partial Nudity podcast. We have Sadie Katz. Hello and welcome to the show.
I love this intro. I'm that sounds like a lot of work, and I'm already really tired from it. I'm doing all this. I could just be an actress.
Can I say something? Because I never say anything that's not true. I'm very outspoken, shocks people sometimes. But Sadie Katz is probably I'm gonna say probably. Sadie Katz is definitely one of the kindest, sweetest, most loving people I know in the world, and I absolutely adore her. And she knows that I'm going to cry. I get so
Oh my
emotional.
God.
No, really, I love you so much, Sadie. I honestly do. I feel that I was related to you in a past life because the love I have for you is not a man to woman love. It's a dad to a daughter or a brother to a sister love. I don't know what it is, but I just feel in my heart such a love for you. And I admire you. I love your work. I love working with you. I love being in your company. I enjoy your voice, your pretty face, your sweetness, your affection. And I love when you wish me to live to be 180. That makes me so. And you said to me, promise you won't die soon. I can't promise that, but I'll try.
180. That's your goal.
I love it. So we have a chat room full of people. So first of all, you have to because a lot of these people are here.
Fun
They love
and I love you too, Ron. And you know that, and I love Jimmy. And I'm coming to Palm Springs to see you guys very soon. Okay. Hi,
So-
chat room. Let's
Say hi to Dawn Hinton because she just had neck surgery and she's become a big fan of yours. And we have
John.
say Teresa and B Claudia are in there.
I love you guys so much.
Oh, and Pat. We have a big chat room. A lot of people are in there. So say hi. But Dawn had neck surgery. Oh, and you got to say hi to Angela who just had a granddaughter yesterday.
Oh my God. That's the best.
And Angela's going to.
Not great.
And
but,
Angela's going to breastfeed the child for the next 30 years because Angela's boobs have about 30 years worth of milk in them. We talk about big boobs. You got to see Angie Baby's boobs. Jesus, they're huge. She and Eileen Shapiro, I think we should have a tit contest.
Well, I want to be invited. Come on.
Yeah, all right, good.
For you.
Angela says, "Shut up, Ron."
Wait, who said that? Angie,
Angela
baby?
says, "Shut up, Ron."
Angie, baby. How's my son Miles?
Oh gosh, he's on the phone right now. He has a really weird gig right now. I don't know how much I can say, but he's basically doing a true crime show. Are you guys getting feedback or am I okay?
No, you're okay.
You're fine.
Okay. So he's doing a true crime show in Alaska. And he has to call up people who had family members involved in these crimes. So
I watched his last one that
It
was
was-
on.
it was
We
really-
watched the last one. It was
really-
awesome.
It spooked me out.
It was awesome.
It was- no, I didn't think it was awesome. I just thought it was frightening as all hell. I don't like that kind of stuff. I like.
Yeah, he
you know,
doesn't like it. I like it.
I like fantasy shit. Like
crime is gnarly.
Cinderella stuff. I like romance, love stories. Everybody's happy. Everybody's rich. Everybody wears beautiful clothes. I like that kind of shit.
When I was in
I
high,
don't like reality.
when I was in high school, I worked in a movie theater behind the concession stand, and while the movie was on, like we would do our homework, whatever, and I read all the serial killer books, like Ted Bundy, Charles Manson. Like I read all the serial killer books.
And I never.
Stalker. Why do you think that my son is fascinated by that, and I took him to the Museum of Death in Hollywood, and he wanted the shirt with all the serial killers.
Oh, it's awful.
on it. And I was what about the victims though?
Oh no, I think it's terrible. I'm not fascinated. I'm fascinated with them just because I don't understand how people can do things. It's
glorifying.
It's
them
like
as
one of my
well.
favorite TV shows is that one with Joe Montana. What's that show, you guys?
Joe Montana.
Whatever. You guys, that show, it's been on for a bazillion years where the
Anyway.
profilers, they're like the profilers and they profile to find the murderers. Now I forgot the name of the show.
The
Isn't that
bottom
funny?
line is you should not glorify these insane bastards and make them out to be superheroes because it only encourages other lunatics to follow in their footsteps. So I say, no.
Well, Miles is doing a show that's more about the victims getting justice, and
Yes.
so it's not exploitive. Thank God. I would have a problem with that.
His first one was fabulous.
I watched Miles' show about the guy, what's his name, that jumped out of the airplane with the money, and I loved
D.B.
it.
Cooper.
I loved that show. I thought it was fabulous. It's very. But I love.
Oh, it's
Miles.
called Criminal Minds, you guys. That's
Yeah,
it. Thank you,
no,
Scene Snobs.
Meanwhile, listen up. If Miles gets off the phone, tell him I need a line producer. He was supposed to ask somebody for me, and he didn't.
Yeah, I will.
Now I'm going to embarrass him with 5 million people hearing this shit.
That's okay. So
Producers are different than unscripted to scripted are vastly different.
totally different. We actually sent it out to Stacey Toy to look at. Do you know Stacey Toy? I don't think you do because she was on the show last week, and I told her I wanted to introduce you guys because you would love each other.
And we have a new line. I haven't heard back from Lainey. Lainey broke a leg. So Lainey, she tripped. She went to Connie Stevens' house for a party, and walking out of the garden, she walked on the lawn and she broke a leg that she broke before. So she's kind of out of it for a while, and I'm waiting for her to get back to me if she's going to do my movie. If not, we have Susan Sarandon lined up. We have Ginny Berlin lined up. Quite a few big actresses that could pull it off. And I did on Facebook, give me suggestions. So somebody said Barbra Streisand.
Oh my God.
I said, yeah, sure, right. Just like she's going to do my movie. And also, Lainey would die because Lainey and Barbra Streisand dislike each other intensely. And that would be terrible to replace.
Why do they dislike each other? How did that happen?
Because Lainey was the understudy in Funny Girl. And Barbara said she would never not make a performance. And one performance, Barbara got laryngitis really bad where she couldn't sing. So they said, Lainey, you're going on tonight in Funny Girl, the lead. So somehow Lainey called her mother and told her, and her mother, possibly in excitement, told one of the yentas in the building. Well, anyway, it traveled through the world in 2 seconds, and the media was there. Every press and everybody was there. And when Barbra Streisand heard that, she went on.
So Lainey couldn't go on.
So Lainey couldn't go on. And Lainey felt like a schmuck because all of these people are there to see her. They came to see her and the press, and they never really spoke again.
Oh my
For
God.
years, this is a true story. Lainey has said this on many interviews. I'm not telling a tale that's not true. You know, I know. I know Lainey. I know.
Better. Did you like? Do you think that was the situation?
Lainey Kazan has a far better voice than Barbara Streisand, but it's a different voice. Barbara's got a wonderful Broadway voice. She's the best in Broadway.
Oh,
But wait a second. Lainey Kazan in a nightclub. Next time she's playing here at one of our clubs, you're coming. You will sit there in fascination. The woman can sing jazz like nobody else. Lainey is famous for singing for years. Not an actress. She was a nightclub performer.
So hang on real quick. So we just had Dave Hughes joined us in the chat room. It says, "Hello, is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes." So
Sadie, give him a hello.
Hello. Thank you so much for always being so nice to me. And I mean, what else can I say? I keep.
No, just give him a chest smile.
I was just gonna say.
He's dead. He's gone.
he says he's on his way to a better place.
I told Miles I was going to do that. I said that I'm just going to open the show because I knew I never quite for getting my boobs done. I never quite show them off the way I thought.
No, but you know, when I do come on your show, the title of the show will be "Breast Implants Why." I'm not saying anything any further. I want to discuss why women put in breast implants. Because they show them to everyone, and if a man makes a comment, they smack him and call him a dirty pig. And look up here, my eyes are up here, not down there. So why do you put those friggin' balloons in if you don't want guys to drool? I don't get it. Anyway, I'm saving that for your show.
If you're around tonight, let's do it tonight.
No, I'm saving it for your show. I mean, I'm coming on.
She said she'll do one tonight. She'll record one with you tonight.
We'll do it. I'll do your show tonight. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be a lot of fun because it's a question that I've discussed with a lot of straight guys. Even your future husband, to be soon, I hope, I wish, I pray. Miles, he's agreed with me. He said, "You're right. They hang them out. They're hot. You look at them, you get a hard on. And then if you smile and notice her chest, she turns around and says, 'You filthy pig.'"
So Dave says, "Oh my effing God," and Teresa says, "Dave wet his pants."
Oh, he did more than.
Isn't Teresa the coolest?
He did more than wet his pants. He did more than that, Teresa. Anyway, you're his favorite in the world, so that's quite a compliment. Because my feelings are,
we get a lot of hot girls.
You know, people are gonna think I'm full of shit, but I'm really not. You know, I gotta say something. I hope I don't offend all my other friends with big tits. You're not vulgar. You don't display your boobs in any way that I find they're cheesy, X-rated, or sleazy. You're every bit Carol Lombard, the silent movie star, the 30s movie star. You have that class, that style, and your boobs are just there, but you never look vulgar. As some women, they try so hard to be Audrey Hepburn with big tits, and they can't.
Yeah,
They look vulgar. They just look cheesy. Wait, hang on. You know, two of them were at your birthday party, so you know who I'm talking about. I won't give names.
Oh my God. Russell. All right. First of all, you guys are wearing matching rubber ducky shirts. Did you guys already talk about that in the pre-show?
We just talked about these are vintage Jimmy Star shirts. They're not totally matching, but they do have the same ducks prints on them.
They're over 20 years old.
They're like they're some of the first shirts I made as Jimmy Star.
I wear this one all the time and get compliments, as I explained before. They're
and
not
it's
identical. Jimmy does not do identical shirts.
Right.
The ducks are identical, but my trim is striped seersucker, and his is just plain blue cotton. So they are.
And Easter is Sunday.
I know.
Right? And Disney Plus just relaunched the Mighty Ducks, which is my favorite kids franchise of movies. Is the Mighty Ducks.
They're going to do it?
They already did. They just released the first season.
Now, I want to talk about your show because I'm not permitted to do it on Facebook because certain people get pissed off that I only talk about my friends that I like and I don't talk about everybody else. They don't realize that when I do publicity for 5 million people, I should get paid for it. Not my friends. I'm just saying to the strangers that don't know me. If you're my best friend, of course I'm going to talk about you. But if I don't know you, I'm not going to give you a plug to 5 million people. What do you do for me? You don't even give me a like on my fucking page when I say something.
Doesn't that make you mad when you're like, these people go, oh, you're my favorite person. And then when you talk about that you're doing a movie, you have so many comments and likes. But if you're like talking about real stuff going on, 3 people like it. You're like, aren't you guys, like, don't you have an opinion? I'm not talking about just politics. I'm talking about, like, we wake up every day and Miles does Ron's post with Ron's accent. He says, so today, I was just thinking about boobs the other day. Miles does it better than me.
No, on tonight's show, I will explain to your audience that gay men are fascinated by breasts as well.
Don't talk about it.
No,
now.
I'm giving teasers. These are teasers. And tune in tonight on Sadie Katz's show. What is it called?
Partial Nudity Podcast.
What is your show
It's
called?
not live. She records it and then puts it out.
Oh, what is your show called?
Partial Nudity
Podcast.
Okay,
Anyway,
so tell us.
I want to get back to my point, then I'm going to get off. You could talk. So everybody there no, shut up. Everybody out there that says, oh, you promote this one, you promote that one, but you don't promote me. Forget about it. I'm just promoting my friends. So now I don't promote anybody on Facebook. But I'm promoting Sadie now because she's on our show. So screw you. We're allowed.
So tell us, okay, first of all, Partial Nudity Podcast. First of all, you had a post the other day that you wrote on Facebook, and it was like about all the different things and that how difficult it actually is to do a podcast, and not everybody can do it. And number one, I want to give you kudos for undertaking it, and yours looks very professional and really, really good. Number one. Number two, everybody else that comes out with a show copies our show. You're like one of the only people who came out with a show, and it's all totally nothing like anybody else's show. You're not copying anybody. You came up with your own idea. The show's fabulous. Oh. Everybody, you can subscribe to her YouTube channel. It's Partial Nudity Podcast. All you got to do is put in Partial Nudity Podcast and Sadie Katz, and it'll come up on YouTube. Subscribe to her channel, and then she's also on all the Apple Podcasts now. Where else are you?
I'm on like Podbean, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast.
Google Play.
I just want to say one of the things is I didn't want to do. I knew that it wouldn't be fair and I wouldn't be as good doing like your guys' show. I didn't want it to be a show about actors because there were so many people already doing it. A lot of people were like, well, why aren't you doing a horror thing? And I said, well, because that's not all I'm about. And I have so many friends who do that for years. For me to come out and say, hey guys, I'm going to do this. And I just thought that would be really unfair. But I have to say kudos because I cannot believe I haven't gone live yet because I don't feel comfortable enough to do that. But I cannot believe how hard it is to engineer it, to get on all those websites, to do, due diligence of how, what you're going to look like and your themes. And it's a lot. I'm like in awe of you guys because now I go, oh, this isn't just like you pop on for 1 hour and you go,
no, listen, I'm on it 10 years, and it took 10 years of learning and training. All of the people that are copying our show, I'm very sorry to say, many of them have left because they couldn't do it. They couldn't get the guests. They didn't have the fun, the laughter. They were too boring. They looked like shit. They dressed in sweatshirts and beards and looked horrible. Well, the women look like I don't know what. So nobody's interested. Our show is a very different, it's a variety show. We bring on everybody. Right. Jimmy's the straight guy. He keeps the show together. He keeps it seamed. I'm the wacko job that goes all over the place and is funny. The team is incredible. We're like Gracie and George Burns or Fat and Albert and Costello. We're a team. And the magic is here. Many have tried being team and they don't work. Wait, hang on, I'm not done. You as a solo are intriguing because you're another one that's off the wall. We never know what you're going to say. And you say it with honesty and from your heart. And I think when you speak from your heart, your audiences love you so much. They appreciate that you're not theater. You're not reading a script. You're not bullshitting. You're saying what you feel. And that's what I do. I mean, I offend many, but I don't mean to. I just tell the truth.
It's so funny because they're laughing. Teresa Sabin wrote, Jimmy's the straight guy, right? Ha, ha, ha.
no,
I
no,
was gonna say the same thing. I'm like,
no.
that's it. That's
No,
maybe
no.
not.
No, Jimmy's a big fairy. He only wants pink ballet slippers, and he wants to do Swan Lake before he dies.
It's so funny. But also, Teresa wrote, you say the things that like you tackle subjects nobody else will tackle. And I have to say, because
I don't give a shit.
Ron and I go on a lot of as guests on a lot of podcasts, and really, I mean, there's two shows that we had a blast on. Well, one of the shows, three shows actually.
I love Manhattan.
So yeah, McManhattan. So the Scene Snobs is one of the best podcasts out there, and so is the freaking awesome podcast. And now Eileen has a grandson who started a show, and Ron and I have both done it. And believe it or not, like he got like 6,000-7,000 views.
He's 12 years old.
He's 12 years old.
He made me look like I was 12 and he was 30 or 40.
Podcast about that's adorable.
He just does an interview show, and it's called Good Times with Gabe, and his name is Gabe, and he's been interviewing all these famous musicians, and he had Ron and I on.
You have to go on.
And we have to get you on it because it's really cute because he's 12, but he's like a 40-year-old, 12-year-old. He's 12, but he talks like a 40-year-old.
So much fun.
Ron made a comment while he was on it that said, I now that I'm older, I became shorter. I'm not as tall as I used to be. And he's like, that's because, your age and the way your bones grow and all this stuff. And he's telling us all this shit. And I was like,
so now I think it's a kid show, right? So I like a schmuck put on my Howdy Doody shirt that Jimmy made for me. It's a big Howdy Doody thing. And I started to sing, it's Howdy Doody time, it's Howdy. And
he doesn't even know what that is.
And he looked at me like I was from another planet. And I said, hi, kids, it's Howdy Doody. And he just kept looking at me like, well, I understand that you like to do Zelda, the game Zelda. And I said, I do play Zelda. And he told me, he said, I've won it several times and here's what to do. And he went into this technical shit about, the kid's amazing. Anyway, do the show. Now I want to hear more about your show.
So tell us, first of all, I want to know, how did you finally decide to determine, because you had all those polls, what your name should be of the show. And originally you were going to maybe do it with somebody and then you decided to do it by yourself. So how did you come up with Partial Nudity? Tell us the thinking.
Well, I wanted to do Token White Girl. And I don't want to get Ron riled up. But people were like, that's going to
No, not at all. What's his name? Rufus is our dearest friend, and his nickname is Token Black Actor. And he loves it. He writes me on Facebook.
I love Rufus.
He does Token. So now Rufus is, and I love Rufus. He's in our movie, the one that we're doing. And I love Rufus, and he's our Token.
Well,
joke.
I think... So I decided not to do that. And then I won't name this other podcaster that I really adore. And so I said, I was trying to think what is I'm known for. It's kind of racy. But it's, people have to understand, I'm not naked during it.
Right.
But I did want to tell the truth and get people doing it. So I'm like, okay, partial nudity. And then I had a picture with my big old ass. And I was like, that's going to be the logo. And then I did 6 rehearsals with another co-host who was going to be my engineer. And she was game to go. I'm going to talk some real smack without using her name. So we did about 8 hours of rehearsals and set it all up. And then the day before we were going to do our first show, I mailed her a brick wall because,
yes.
A backdrop. So I mailed her brick wall. She's in Texas. The next day we're supposed to go. And I thought that this girl was the least flaky, super intelligent. She's Jeopardy intelligent. And she had experience. And she texts me and says, I can't, I'm going to be too busy. Fine. I'm like, it's better I know now.
Yes.
Well, the next day, tell me if this isn't crazy. The next day on Instagram,
she started her own show.
No, she put a picture, a selfie with the brick wall behind her. And then she made that her profile pic. And I was like, it's a weird thing, but I thought that's such a strange.
Yeah, I know who she is.
You know what I'm talking about? So I just thought that was very odd. And she never talked to me and said, and the thing was, I had nothing but massive respect because I thought that she would bring a little bit of a gravity or edge. And then I went, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to do the show myself and talk about Now I have a question for you guys. I'm interrupting myself. But just what I tend to do, as you guys know. I wanted to do some shows with a guest, which you know, and then I'm talking to them about a very specific subject like boobs. And then I wanted to do like solo things that are kind of shorter, that are just me kind of mouthing off like what are men attracted to, or how to nail a threesome, just ridiculous things. But do you think it's better that it works always in an interview, or can I like vary that?
I think you can vary it totally because of who you are, and the people already know who you are because you're relatively well known. So I think you can totally do it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, especially since you started it out, because you're still at the kind of like at the beginning. How many shows have you done? Like 7 or something, or 8?
Yeah, I think. See, I reposted them under different names on accident, so I think I've done like 7. I also am trying to see what gets hits for the. There's such a science to this, and you guys are so good. But what gets hits on the YouTube for that little square, the title card. And iHeart, I'm getting a lot of traffic on iHeart. I don't know how they're finding me. I don't quite know how it works. And YouTube's, as you guys know, one thing, but I'm not really a show. Like you guys are a show. I'm really a podcast that has some visual. But you guys are doing like the harder version. Mine just takes a lot of editing. Mostly because I want to make it entertaining, and sometimes I don't stay on subject.
See, we don't edit at all. We
No,
just like whatever happens, happens.
Did you know that we were Emmy qualified or something? And compared to that talk show at night, that what's his name, Jimmy Breslin?
Fallon.
Jimmy who? What's his name?
Fallon. No, we got nominated to be on the ballot for it was for the daytime Emmys, not for the nighttime
Oh
Emmys.
my God.
Yeah, could you imagine?
In 2016.
Could you imagine? I would freak the hell out. I would freak the hell out.
I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna totally like work on that more.
But Sadie, I hate to tell you, you're not going to be doing this show for very long because you're going to shoot to superstardom soon. And you're going to be making so many movies, major films, not these little crappy things that we do, the biggies, that you're going to be so busy, you're not going to have time to do this.
No, that's when she'll do it even better.
No, she
I
won't
was going to
because
say, I really like doing this, Ron. Like, I could, if it was successful, like, you guys or something big where I was making money off of it, I actually would rather do a couple of great movies a year and then and do some writing, then do like that. Like I love Miles and I watch a couple hours every night of different podcasts, and I love Joe Rogan. I love like that. To me would be amazing. This is something I never thought I would love as much as I do.
That you could be like a female Joe Rogan.
Well,
you totally could, because there isn't one, and you're already kind of like going for that. And let's face it,
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan is the biggest podcaster in the world. He just signed a deal with Spotify for $100 million. He's big.
So what has he got that we don't have?
Sponsors. He was also really famous before he did his podcast.
I'd work for half that amount.
Yeah, he was really famous before, so I was always.
He did Fear Factor. He was the host of that TV show Fear Factor, where they like put you out on a plane and make you eat a snake and shit.
He used to be like, "Eat that spider, eat that spider."
Yeah,
do it. And he was the thing is, he books guests that aren't really like an actor comes on, but they never talk about like their shows or what they're doing. And he's very political. And I would love to talk more about politics, but this probably is
danger zone.
I know, so I'm not. But that was one of the things I wanted to do. And then so many people said, Sadie, shut, because I have my own views about politics, and I'm a junkie for politics. I spend an hour and a half in the morning reading news, and I love it.
Once you become like a Julia Roberts in the movie industry, where you can like get paid big paydays, then you can do whatever you want. But while you're trying to get there, you can't.
Look at the Italian actor that said "F you" to Trump 50 times. What was his name? The big famous
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro.
He works all the time.
He works all the time, but he's so disliked by half of the country, and a lot of people in Italy dislike him because they said, my cousin's from Italy, so I know, I talked to my cousin. She said they don't like him because he disgraced the Italians by using that language to the president of the United States, that it was very disrespectful and it was common, low class, and totally
It is
from the
common and low
streets,
class,
from
but-
the streets of New York. And I felt, you know, if when you are Robert De Niro, you should really keep yourself as a superstar. 40, 50 years ago, Cary Grant or Clark Gable would never,
Right.
ever have come public like that or ever said that to the president of the United States.
Yeah, but Sadie would never do that. So let's go back to
but what I'm
Sadie.
saying is that some of these super actors, like you said, that feel because they're powerful and
Doesn't
famous,
mean you would be disrespectful.
No,
just
that
being
they
you can be
can voice
political
their
without being
politi-
disrespectful.
but most of them say horrible. Look at the broad Lara's friend that carried the head, Trump's head, and she got in so much trouble. What was her name? The comedian
Kathy Griffin.
Oh, Kathy,
Griffin.
Kathy Griffin.
So wait a sec. Go back to you though. So because people in the chat room, like a lot of them don't know that you had a podcast. So what have been some of your unusual topics? Because you don't talk about normal people's shit.
No, so I did a topic with the Dom about BDSM, which was
That's hilarious.
enlightening. I did one about going on a game show and how much they screw you with the taxes. Massively. But it was very fun on Let's Make a Deal. And then I did another one about being a Jehovah's Witness and leaving that cult. I did one with Augie Duke about the fact that Augie Duke and I both did late night Cinemax.
I saw that one.
She's an amazing guest, and that was the only like rule that she wanted to say, that she'd never gone on and really talked about her HBO Cinemax thing and softcore, which at the time they didn't call it softcore porn to me, but I guess it gets in that category, and then they break it up on Pornhub. So we kind of talked about that, which was really cool. I did one that hardly anyone watched, but I didn't have it set up, about COVID making everyone crazy Karens. And it had this public service announcement that was playing at the drive-in that was absolutely absurd and obscene propaganda video. And it looked like it was shot in the 1950s, or they tried to emulate that style. And so I kind of watched that and did like a analysis viewing. But I don't think it was set up because I was like the square in the corner and the sound was off. Like, I'm still learning this. Obviously, I just went on my mic and it was blaring out. I wish
Listen, we screw up every week. We always have some problem if we can't get the guy to talk, or we lose them. You know, this is all over air. We're not in a studio where we have professional equipment and we're seated next to each other. You know, we have people coming in from Germany, from England, and that's pretty amazing that we could talk to them through a computer. But we do have screw ups, so don't feel bad about that. That's interesting. Our audience enjoys that. They like to see the mistakes we make.
Yeah, I finished it. The sound was bad. And so a lot of people were like, we can't hear you. You know what it was? This is funny because I'm an actress. I didn't have my mouth close enough to the microphone. I haven't said a dirty joke yet, but I realized I should have been acting like I was giving it head.
All right, before we go any further, I want to talk about.
Wait, go back to go ahead.
Hang on. I want everybody to rent, buy, or see the movie Megan.
It's not out yet.
When it comes out.
Okay.
Sadie Katz shot it in Italy. I saw the film and I thought to myself, Sadie's having trouble with these lines, but her face is overcoming the lines because she's acting beautifully. Her acting really was stupendous, but I just felt that her lines were not quite correct. And then when we spoke, Sadie and I, she said, Ron, it was written in Italian and it was translated into English.
Well, it was written in English, but the writer is Silvio Narcucci, and there was some, when we got there, we actually spent a few days going over the script and making it, you know, if you're Italian and you're writing something in English, it doesn't always work. So myself and Greg Travis and Randy Wayne. Oh, hello, cutie. It's true. But the dialogue isn't what that script's about. It's very much about
No, you
action.
you nailed it. I
action.
mean, another actress would have fell on the face with it, but you nailed it because your emotions and your eyes and the way you performed overcame it. I know because I speak Italian,
Right.
and I know that when you speak Italian, you could say one thing, and the minute you translate it to English, it's an entirely different sentence. So
Right.
I understand that. Now, I would have liked to have seen it in Italian. I think that it would be more of a Sophia Loren, Anna Magnani kind of a. But you grabbed it by the testicles and you gave it a good squeeze.
I think that would be accurate. Hey, I have to say one thing. Thank you. But I do have to say, you guys know I always have crushes on girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to introduce you to my other girl crush.
Yes, everybody in the
Oh,
chat
yeah,
room
the
has been
baby.
asking about it.
Sadie had a
They've
baby.
been asking about it in the
Sadie
chat
had a
room.
baby.
Oh my God.
There's her baby. Is he cute? He's so
Look
cute.
at this little cutie.
Oh, I cannot wait to meet him. Her or him.
Her.
Buffy.
Buffy, like Buffy the
Buffy.
Vampire Slayer?
Buffy the Cat Slayer.
Oh, how
Buffy the
cute.
Cat
It's
Slayer.
adorable.
So now, how old is she?
And how big will she get?
Okay, so she's 8 weeks, and I got her from the Tobias, Tobias, Small Dog Rescue on Instagram. And everyone's charging like $2,000 for these dogs, and they just made me charge a $500 adoption fee. I have no idea how big she's gonna get. We're guessing like 5-6 pounds, but it's kind of fun because she's gonna grow on the internet. We're gonna get to see her.
Oh no, it's fabulous. That's like Astro.
Astro 7 pounds.
Wait.
We love them.
Does Astro still pee in the house and chew up things or
He still pees in the house, but he doesn't shoot things.
No, he doesn't chew, but if he gets angry with me, if he's not up my ass every 24 hours, I mean he's on to me again. If he's not with me all the time, he sometimes will walk by the dining room chair, lift his leg and do a squirt, then turn around and look at me and walk away with defiance. And I yell at him, and that's how he gets attention. So be careful. Sometimes your dog is peeing to get your attention because they know
When we leave him home alone, he
Yeah.
fucking shits.
Oh no.
Miles is so mad. Miles is so mad. He didn't want me to get a dog because he said the dog would be disruptive. And who would have known a little chihuahua would be? The cats are pissed. Miles is pissed. I'm the only one like, thank you. I do look like a cliche blonde with a dog though, but I don't care.
Oh no, she's
And
adorable.
I know Miles loves animals. He loves that dog. He's just
How does the dog get along with the two cats?
Controlling.
Oh, they were pissed and hid. Delilah hasn't really come out. Audrey is hissed. We've been doing it slowly.
Eventually, they'll get along fine. Eventually, because they're all still young.
Right.
Now listen, I'm going to see you soon because we're going to Sue Wong's big affair.
Please don't talk about that.
I can't
on
talk
air.
about that on the air. I'm not going to Sue Wong.
We're not. Well, Miles's birthday is the 18th.
I know. I didn't know if it was a surprise. And we're in town for that weekend, so it's good.
Oh, on the 18th?
Yeah, the affair that we're not allowed
It's
to talk about is
Saturday.
on the 17th.
It's a Saturday, the Saturday before.
That we
your
want you guys
Sunday.
to come to.
That would be
Right.
so fun. It could be a surprise for Miles's. He won't tell me what is it with men. Like I'll be like, this is how I want my birthday. This is what I want. Men go, oh, I don't want anything, and I think you guys are lying. You do. Miles, not.
No. All secretly, you know what he's saying silently. I don't want to party. Just give me head.
Oh my gosh.
You already get that.
No, I know.
Secretly, which I wasn't going to mention it, but since Ron was vulgar, even though he told me he
That
wasn't going to
vulgar.
be. Dave,
That wasn't vulgar.
Dave Hughes.
Give
Dave-
head means
when you
she
did that test
she
on the
puts- she puts her head in his hand.
Yes. When you did your test on the microphone before, showing how you should be on the microphone, since you're an actress, you don't do that. Dave was like, I will be your microphone any day.
We're very bad, Dave. You're going to get us in trouble.
I want you to know Dave is about 150 years old. He's not a young guy. How old are you, Dave?
He's in his 60s.
He's in
I
his
think.
60s, and he's married.
Oh wait, Dawn Hinton says her birthday is also on the 18th. Happy birthday,
Happy
Dawn.
birthday,
You're
Dawn.
kidding.
Angela says, "Damn, Ron." And I want to give you some advice for your YouTube page. Make sure you're doing all your hashtags.
Oh, is it a hashtag? I've been reading so much, and I swear I can't read enough. So where do you put the hashtags?
There's an actual place when you upload the video. There's a place that says for hashtags you can put 30 hashtags. I think
It says that, but it has like a warning saying that it doesn't really affect people watching it. Are they lying?
I don't know. I get.
Well, first of
I
all,
mean,
tell our audience, because there are some older people, what a hashtag
a hashtag is a. I don't know what you call it. It's a thing that you put like to help drive traffic to your video.
It
and
comes up with a bunch of like
I put the hashtags on
mysterious little
Sound.
symbols and numbers.
I put the hashtags on SoundCloud and I put the hashtags on YouTube. We're also on iHeart and all those. Our places that we're the most popular is SoundCloud, YouTube. Now Apple Podcasts. We had 11,000 plays. I just got on. I've always been on Apple Podcasts, but we've never ever promoted it. Because my problem is you probably have one RSS feed that goes everywhere. I have like 10 RSS feeds. So when I went to Chartable to try to track to see how many people play on our show, I could only use one. So it only takes it from one place, even though we're on 160 platforms. But just on Apple Podcasts in the last like 3 weeks, we had 11,000 downloads just from that one RSS feed. And I never shared that
and
before.
iHeart loves me. They send me letters constantly saying, Ron, you're only allowed 3 Fs in your show. Anything after that, we're going to drop you.
Then you should also put your video, if as long as they're
No, I'm
under an
serious.
hour,
They write me letters
on
about
and Instagram TV, because we usually get like 15,000 plays or something on Instagram TV.
Do you guys hashtag out of it?
I hashtag it. I'm learning to hashtag everything now. You have to hashtag everything.
I don't do a shit.
He doesn't do any of that. I do all of that.
Meanwhile, we have over 5 million people that watch. What do I need to hashtag for?
Well, the reason they're watching is because I'm hashtagging.
No, the reason why they're watching is because they want to see how I wear my hair.
But you have to do
We
that.
need
But
haircuts, by the way.
basically,
We're
too,
getting haircuts.
what you should do too, though, is you get to a point where you're on so many platforms. There's no way to promote them all. So I picked the best one. So for me, now I'm trying to be, because I'm on Chartable, I'm using Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, and YouTube, and those are the links I'm sharing, because you can't share everything from everywhere. iHeartRadio is prestigious, so that's a good one to share. Apple Podcast, if you can, get up in the rankings.
I'm on there.
Yeah, so
It took a while. They weren't like, you have to wait a couple weeks. They have to review it. But yeah, Podbean kind of set it up for me, but it wasn't that easy. And you're right. I have one RSS. Is it RRS?
our RSS feed.
Yeah, so I have that one.
No one has any idea what you guys are talking
Yeah, they do.
about.
People who are savvy do.
Well, not the old bags like me. So
That's okay.
Let's bring it back to everybody, folks. Because RSVP in my day was Respondez-vous s'il vous plaît. Whatever it means today, I don't know. But anyway, little gorgeous. Look at that beautiful face. My shin and punum. You have a shin and punum. You know what that means?
No.
It means you have a beautiful face. Now you're marrying a Jew. You're going to become a Jew. So you better learn how to the Jewish words. You have a shin and punum. A beautiful face.
We just did Passover, so it was Hag Sameach. Hag Sameach.
Yeah, I don't care for Passover because the food's not good, but it's really not. I don't like the bitters. I don't like the whole thing. It's very boring. It's very long, and especially if they read from the Bible, you want to kill yourself.
But
and they do it in Yiddish, so you don't even know what the frig they're talking about.
We did it in English at Miles's mom's.
Yeah.
Since I'm new to it, I think it's amazing. I'm like, slow down, let me hear it. But they were, let's get through this so we can eat. His mom's an amazing cook. Harriet.
Absolutely.
I love Harriet. Harriet's one of my favorite people. When we are together, you notice we ignore all of you. And Harriet and I just sit there for hours talking about how wonderful the world was years ago when we were polite and dressed with mink stoles and gowns and wardrobe. It was just a beautiful world. And then we talk about the world today, and the two of us get nauseous.
So hang on, I have something I want to bring up because we don't have too much time.
Oh, I want more time.
So So first of all, everybody who hasn't seen, you're in Wrong Turn 6, right? Is that the one you're the star
Yeah,
of?
that's the
Okay,
one
so
I'm in.
So Sadie's the star of Wrong Turn 6, you guys. Everybody should watch it. If you're a horror movie fan, you have to like watch it. She's been in a million movies. You can look them up on IMDb because we've already talked about them before. What I want to know is though, what did you think of the new reboot of The Wrong Turn? Did you watch it? I haven't seen it yet, but did you watch it?
Well, I've been waiting. If you guys, so I want to watch it, and if you guys would like to do it, I want to watch it and then talk about it afterwards.
Oh, absolutely. I've seen all of them.
So that would be great. Like, I would like, Ron can come on and talk to me about boobs, but which I really want to do. But I've been waiting to do something where I talk about the foundation, and because, I was excited to do Wrong Turn 7. I was, spoiler alert, I was alive at the end, but they sold it to someone else they sold the property to someone else. And I think what's really crazy about it, from what I've heard, and I'm sure I'm excited to see it, and this has nothing to do with jealousy or anything, but like Wrong Turn is a series people love to kind of hate and love to love. It's supposed to be really goofy and sex scenes over the top and the killings over the top. And so they kind of did the new one, The Foundation, and it seems like they really have changed it. And I wonder if they've changed it for the better. Like, is this going to be a new Wrong Turn franchise, or is it not? So I want to watch it and then sit with another commentator, another podcaster, TV host.
I want to do that. I want to totally do that because I've seen all of them, and we've actually had, like, Matthew Modine is in the new one, and we've had him on the show. A lot of people that have been in the franchise along the way, we've had on the show. Doug Bradley's a friend of mine, and he's in like the 5th one, I think.
And he's great. Wouldn't it be great if we got them all to talk about it?
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
I don't know if you could split the screen that much.
Yeah, you can. We could probably get some of them.
We've had a lot of them.
I think that would be really cool, because it's a weird franchise to be a part of. Like, people are very insane about it, and it's funny because it does really, really well. But everyone's like, why did they make another one? This is really stupid, but they watch it. So it's a very different franchise than any other horror franchise out there. And it's crazy the amount of mail I get, fan mail and emails. So I can't imagine how much they get. Well, Doug Bradley's already like such a big deal, but a lot of those actors have gone on to do really big things.
Huge
well,
things.
As soon as we get funding, I'm going to go with my plug now. Sadie Katz plays in my movie called The Gift of, what is it called? The Gift of Magic. See, I'm dizzy. The Gift of Magic. Sadie Katz plays a very selfish, neurotic, insecure whack job. I cannot wait to see her work because she is going to deliver it, because I've seen her play this before in a movie we were in together. I only will be sitting there drooling, smiling when I watch her perform. I wrote the dialogue especially for Sadie.
And the script's amazing. You don't know for sure when someone gives you a script. And this one was
most of the time they're terrible.
Well, let's hope that, Lainey, as I said, Lainey broke. I've been on the phone with Lainey for weeks now. She apologized. She said, Ron, I hate to hold up your film. Please forgive me. I promise you I will read your script over the weekend. It was Passover. We didn't realize it. So she was busy with her family for Passover. She never read it over the weekend. So I said to her, listen, remember what Betty Davis said. Gone with the Wind is a pip. I'll never do it. So she started to laugh. I said, so don't pass my film because I wrote it for Lainey Kazan. So those of you out there who, if you're friends on Lainey Kazan's page, please go and tell her, get your ass on Ron's movie. It's going to be fun.
So wait. I want to go back, though. Ron's movie is going to be great, you guys, and we'll have a lot of announcements about it soon as we're moving forward.
What I'm doing on Facebook is every day now, I started a new project. I tell all of our readers, and I have over 5,000 readers, readers, yeah. And I'm telling them what it entails doing a movie. No, it's awful. I'll never do another movie again. I mean, I've started this one, and I like to finish what I start, but I will never write another movie or go out begging for stars. I want to make a point. If you hire starving actors who want to be famous, they respond, they call you, they read the script, they do everything in a second. The minute you're a vintage star who has fame, forget about it. You can't. I mean, like Susan Sarandon, we're thinking of her to play the part if Lainey doesn't want it, or Jeannie Berlin. A lot of great actresses. So we have a good idea of what we're gonna do with the script. But it's maniac. Now you get the star, you got to get the money.
Right.
Then the funders say, well, who's that douchebag? That one's not big enough. You need a bigger name. Well, what do they want? Barbara Streisand? I mean, come on, you can't get these people. So doing a film is impossible unless you do a $2 movie, where you got a budget of $15,000 and you shoot it with a cell phone, and you get nobody Joe and nobody Jane to be in the movie. But Sadie Katz works in good movies.
Well, I have to tell you, you haven't got to, like, filming is fun. Pre-production is going to kill you. But post, you'll never hate doing a movie more than post-production, because that's when it gets a lot of work.
No way, sweetie pie, because you're a producer. I wrote the shit. I am not going any further. I'm a writer and an actor.
He's handing it over to me and whoever I bring on board.
I don't ever want to hear about it again until you give me my call sheet.
Oh,
when my call date, Ron, you're on the set, October 4th. Let's go. That's all I want. I could never handle it.
So wait. I want to go
the
back.
tension of waiting.
I have to go back. Okay, well, we're gonna go back because I was in the middle of something here.
Yeah, you're always in the middle of something.
So you haven't watched the Wrong Turn movie yet? Then you're waiting to watch it.
I was waiting to watch it because
I haven't watched it either. So we need to set up a time that we could do that because I want to do that. Number two, then I think that we should figure out who we could get in touch with who's been in all the Wrong Turn movies. Even if we did it on Zoom, and turned it into like a big thing.
We should get what's his name on. He hasn't been on in a while since his movie with the guns with the war. The actor, the big star.
What are you talking about?
The big star we had on with his war movie, it's metal, steel. Well, you just named him before. I forgot.
Matthew Modine?
Modine.
Oh, I don't know if we could get him again or not.
Nice guy. What a sweetie pie he was.
But he's the star of the new Wrong Turn. We have to get
We're going to get
Oh
him.
yeah, that would be really interesting because that's kind of what I've been waiting for. I was like, let's have a few different people on.
I bet though. I think I could get Doug Bradley probably though.
That would be great.
Matthew and I got along really well. He liked me a lot. So I think Matthew will come on again.
Well, Doug's so good in it. And I have to be honest, like they cast me and Chris, I can't believe I just forgot his name, but he plays his brother. And so he plays my one brother that's actually, in West Virginia. And Chris Jarvis, thank you for myself. And like we kind of had to replace Doug Bradley as far as they needed somebody, obviously the hillbillies don't really talk, or three hillbillies. So
right.
Some kind of antagonist. And I mean, the truth is, how can you replace Doug Bradley? You really can't. But so it took like two people to even just stand in his place. But he's amazing in Wrong Turn. Like,
oh, I fucking loved him.
I would love to do a movie with him. I would be super stoked because he's really scary.
Oh, in real life, he's not. He's so cool. It's not even like funny.
Really?
Well, getting back to my movie.
Don't over promote your movie on Facebook because it will bite you in the ass.
I told him that, but he doesn't listen.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. No, I have a bunch of nice people who are wishing me well. They're writing Lainey. That's not true. I have. The people that are my friends don't comment because they're jealous. But the strangers I don't know, they don't give a crap, so they comment. The point I want to make is playing my son, Luke will be, if he's available at the time of the shoot, is Sean Kanan, the super duper, who's a dear friend of ours and a soap opera star as well as actor. And he may be in the new Kick Him Around movie. What is it called?
He's going to be in Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so if Sean can with his shooting schedule, he'll do my.
Oh wait, we got to stop. Okay, hold on.
Wait a minute.
No, because she's going to be going in a second.
Wait, and the other guy is your friend and our friend who was in our movie. What's the name of the one we like with the wife that's sick?
Oh, Dave Sheridan's
Dave
probably going to be in
Sheridan
it.
is going to be in it also.
So hold on, I forgot. We need to do another plug real quick. Sadie and Ron and I, along with Eileen Shapiro, Sherry Nelson, a bunch of famous musicians, we're all going to be voicing characters in Dead Exit, the new audio drama by Doug Shiloh, and we're going to be recording soon. It's going to be really cool. And Sadie, I don't even know what Sadie's character is exactly.
It's a good one. I'm working on it in the next few days, and then Saturday we're doing like a Zoom about it. Correct?
Oh, I guess so. I don't even know. He didn't tell me that, but okay. I love it.
And then we go to work in Joe Castro's film.
Wait, one thing at a time. This is like a thing because this is a big thing. I'm in charge of this Dead Exit thing. Like, this is important. I got the whole cast.
Fuck you. I'm not going to talk anymore. Goodbye.
You're in it. You're like one of the stars of
I
it.
am a star, darling.
And so
we're recording it. Like, that was the one thing is I want to talk to the actor who's in all the scenes with me. So because I'm going to be recording it at home, obviously, because we have home studio to ADR. So I guess on Saturday we have a Zoom. I don't know if it's with everyone. Maybe it's just with me, but
I'll talk to him and see.
But if you need me, I'll be there.
It's fun. I think Sean Kanan, is going to be on it. You guys are going to know all the people. It's got really a great ton of people.
Yet? Have you met him yet, Sean?
I don't think so.
At our house, because he's always at our house. You will be meeting him in about 4 or 5 weeks. We're having a dinner party for Eileen Shapiro and for Mickey Burns.
Oh, how wonderful.
You and Miles are invited.
Okay, so everybody follow Sadie, you guys, on Instagram. She's Sadie Katz. On Twitter, she's at Sadie_Katz. Her podcast is called Partial Nudity Podcast. Also, her documentary, the Bill Murray Experience, is on Amazon Prime. So you guys can watch it. Watch her in Wrong Turn 6.
When are we going to see your movie on Lifetime?
Oh, probably next Christmas. This Christmas coming up. Which I'm excited about. I love you guys so much. I miss you guys. We're like, if you guys don't come out here, I guess you are. By Miles's birthday, we'll come out to Palm Springs.
Yeah, come out with it anyway. I could see you more. I don't have to see you less. I mean, but we'll be there with Sue Wong for the weekend. We're staying. I think we're house guests of hers.
Oh, so. Great. Okay. I love you guys.
We'll talk. Do you want me to have him call you after the show? You gonna tape a tit thing?
Yeah, let's do it this evening. Can you do it at 6?
Yeah, he can do it whenever you want.
I'll have to ask my agent if I'm available.
You can do it whenever you want. Yeah, okay. So we'll talk to you later. All right. Bye.
Love you.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Talk to you later, honey.
Hey, everybody. We love Sadie. She's so freaking awesome.
She's the bestest. What a darling friend to have. I love my Sadie Cat.
So you guys, you can listen to the show live on W4CY Radio, our home station. We're also on K4HD Radio, Jackalope Radio, iHeart Radio, Stitcher, Audio Boom, Podomatic, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Spreaker, Podbean, Spotify, Pandora, and YouTube. So check us out. We appreciate everybody and everybody in the chat room. We're going to bring on our next guest, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's see.
Hi, guys.
So this is Arrow. Hey, Arrow, how you doing?
Hi, good. How are you guys?
Fantastic. Oh, my gosh. You look so cute.
Thank you.
I love the fact that you have a hat that actually says Arrow on it. It's so
I know.
Cool.
I just got it made today, actually. Isn't that crazy?
All right, so let me introduce you to everybody, starting off with my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Hi, Ron.
I shot an arrow into the air. Where it lands, I do not care. We used to say that as kids. There was more to it. It was dirty, but I can't do it on the show. How come you named Arrow? Where did the arrow come from?
It's actually short for my name, Amanda Rose O'Connor. But, throughout my life, a lot of people called me Arrow, like in school and stuff, and it kind of just stuck with me. So
I think it's adorable.
It is adorable.
It is so, and I will never forget it. And I forget names I forget everybody's name.
He forgets everybody, but he won't forget it.
I remember yours, Arrow. How could you?
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
So we have a chat room filled with people. Hang on, wait.
What color hair do you have?
Kind of
blonde, actually.
Oh, it's hanging out. I see it. Okay.
Yeah, it's blonde.
So you guys, Arrow, we have a chat room. Literally, there's like 5 countries in the chat room. So just say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hi, everybody.
They're gonna love meeting you.
Look how pretty you
are. She's gorgeous.
Oh, look how beautiful. Close up. We just got a close up of you.
She's gorgeous.
Camera, go back to close up.
Oh, God.
Look at that.
Yes, she's
You
gorgeous.
know who she looks like? I'm gonna kill myself.
Who?
My cousin Bertha when she was young.
Oh, she does look like, and she's from New York.
My
Yes,
cousin,
I am.
my cousin Bertha was one of the most beautiful women in the world. As a young girl, she looked just like Jane Russell. She
Wow.
was absolutely gorgeous. My deceased cousin, and you look like my cousin when she was young.
Oh,
How
thank
are you?
you.
Do you tell people how old you are or not?
I do, yeah. I just turned
Wait,
20.
let me get. Oh,
22.
I was
22.
I was going to say 21, 20, only because you're in the business. I was going to say early 20s.
So where where are you from in New York?
I'm from Westchester, but I grew up mostly in Manhattan, like when I was a child.
I love it.
I'm a New Yorker, in case you didn't hear the accent.
Oh, nice. I love New Yorkers. Gotta love New Yorkers. They're awesome.
I speak ancient New York. I talk like New Yorkers I'm 80 years old. So I talk about, I have an accent of years ago. The new kids, New York accent's gone because it's a mixture of all the kids from all over the country moving to New York because of Sex in the City, the TV series. So when you hear me speak, you hear how people spoke in the 1940s and 50s.
So first of all, too, you guys, Arrow only does Instagram at the moment. We're gonna talk her into doing more eventually, but you can follow her on Instagram under Amanda Rose O'Connor, OCONNOR. Follow her on Instagram. It'll say Arrow, but the actual thing is Amanda Rose O'Connor. And I was introduced to Arrow. Actually, Eileen and I were introduced to Arrow by Jack O'Halloran. You guys remember him? He was on a couple of weeks ago.
Jack.
And he's the superstar actor and mobster. And
I find, I talk a lot. On that show, I didn't say a word. I listened for the whole 45 minutes that he was on. And then I got the book. And I'm reading the book. I'm saving it for the airplane when we fly to New York. And the man is incredible.
He is so interesting. He's
I really want to have lunch with him and, burn his brain out.
We're going to be.
We're going to have lunch with him. I mean, I cannot wait just to burn his brain.
So real quick, Arrow, we do have one resident perv. He lives in England, and his name is Dave, and he loves the guest we had on. I know, but she can just say hi to him. Don't do anything pervy. Just say hi to Dave because he's just.
Hi.
He wants to know who the blonde bombshell is.
Yeah, well, mind your business. She's
Dave. She's just a kid, Dave.
You dirty old man. He's in his 60s. He's a married old man in his 60s. And he's a pervert. He loves all the girls on our show. Sadie Katz, who was just on before you, is his favorite of all the actresses that we have.
Oh, wow.
You leave this one alone. She's a young, virgin, beautiful girl.
That's right.
And unspoiled and untouched.
And so anyway, Jack and
right, Arrow?
Yes, that's right. That's right, Mom.
Jack entered. Oh, look at how she does the little shoulder thing too. Just perfect.
I swear.
So you guys, Arrow is a singer and an actress, and Jack.
Wait, what kind of singing?
I sing. Well, all my music I wrote on the piano, so I just sing and play the piano.
Okay, so you don't rap?
No.
Okay.
No, I've written rap songs. I have had rappers on my songs, but I just sing the chorus. I don't rap. I wish I could, but I can't.
So Ron doesn't like rappers. I love rappers, but he doesn't. So.
Oh, really? I have a couple of rap songs. They're actually really amazing rappers. They did a really good job.
Oh, you need to send those to me so I can hear them because that's
cool. I think there's like more so old school, like a little bit old school rap, kind of 90s rap. I think it's like more
love it.
Time. But
we actually had a couple. We've had a couple rappers on the show. I used to work with like Fredo Starr, who was also the star of that movie. That dance movie, what was it called? I forgot what the name with Julia Stiles. Anyway, and we've worked with a ton of rappers, and so like I like it. I'm more into 80s rap because I'm old, but 90s rap is good. So you guys, she's a rapper and a singer, and she's gonna have some music coming out soon. She's got her debut. It's your first album, right? It's called Damaged.
My first album. Yep.
So I've heard two songs, you guys. I've heard the song Damaged and Give It All, and as soon as I heard it, I thought, I bet she likes Adele. And I do ask you, do you like Adele? Yes,
I love Adele. I love Adele. I literally grew up listening to Adele. She's unbelievable. She's incredible. I love Adele.
So I could hear an
I
influence in
agree with
there.
that. I know who Adele is.
Yes, you know who Adele
and
is.
I agree with her. She's got a
So you
lovely
guys, she's
voice.
got a little bit. She sounds a little. She doesn't sound like Adele, but you can hear like influences of Adele in the way she sings, and it is fabulous. Like when her album comes out, people are going to go absolutely crazy because they're going to be like, "Oh my God!" Like we have an American cool Adele type chick.
She's
And
a heavy set girl, Adele. Right?
huh?
She's a heavy set girl.
Not anymore. She lost a ton of weight and got divorced.
Well, that's usually happens.
But yes,
When you get divorced, they all lose weight. They're looking for another sucker.
but she's
They
absolutely.
go hunting.
So tell me, who are some of your influences growing up? You're only 22, so like you haven't been around that long. You're a 2000s
No,
kid.
not really.
Who are some of your influences?
Surprisingly, I grew up listening to a lot of Eminem, which is
Oh, I love
cool. I
Eminem.
love Eminem just because I feel like his songs are just so real. Like he's talked about so many of his like life experiences and like things that he's went through throughout his life. And I mean, obviously, it's not like the best, cleanest stuff he talks about, but I just like the fact how he's always been very real and honest in his music, and that's kind of what I like to do. Is I just really want to be as honest as I can because I just think that's how you reach people is when they find something that they can relate to and connect to, and I think that's just really important in music.
So I actually saw. I went.
Matt,
In,
just let me say something. Arrow,
Mhm.
don't think I'm rude or I don't like you. If
Yeah.
I don't come in on the conversations.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Simply because if you talk about Johnny Mathis or Peggy Lee, I'm there. But as long as you talk about who you're talking, I'm going to give the show over to Jimmy for a while.
All
he
right, no
doesn't know who
problem.
they are. So
Ron.
I went. So I actually saw 50 Cent and Eminem in concert back in the day, and
Wow,
it was
that's my
pheno-
dream. I want to do so
it was
bad.
phenomenal. Now 50 Cent's doing a lot of acting, and he's
Very
actually he's a pretty good actor. He's in all those
Mhm.
movies where Sylvester Stallone gets stuck in the prison or whatever and has to escape. I
Mhm.
don't even remember what they're called,
Yeah.
but really, really good. And I think that actually, and Eminem's a good actor. Did you watch 8 Mile? I mean, that came out
Oh,
probably.
of course. I
before your
cried
time.
like that whole entire movie. It was incredible. I
But
love him.
is the end of that though the best, where he just like drops the
Yeah.
mic and says, "Go ahead and tell them something they don't already know about me" or whatever, and he like drops the mic and walks off the stage. I was like, "Oh my God!"
That's what you gotta
fucking
love about it because the movie is just so authentic, And like I said, like sometimes just being real isn't always, sunshine and rainbows. I mean, there's a lot of dark stuff sometimes to being real and authentic. And I think that's what makes it so special and so heartfelt is because I think when you're honest with people and how you really feel, I mean, I think that's how you connect with people.
Well, I think too, like, because I read, so Eileen did an interview with you that hasn't been published yet, and I
Mhm.
read talking about your album "Damage." That your quote is that I accept that I am hurting, but I will never give up.
Yes,
And
that's a big reason actually why I did music just to begin with. Damage, I would say, is definitely I would say an album that I really want people to say, wow, like I understand that. I get that. Like I've been through that myself. And I think that's really how you create a strong bond with your listeners because a lot of the times I'm an only child, so I've been alone a lot of my life. And I just music is kind of an outlet, and when you're honest, it's kind of like a diary. It's like you write down how you feel, and then you share it with people, and then that's how you connect. So that's kind of like the whole purpose of the album and Damaged is that's what I want to do.
so I also read it in the interview. It said like when you were 1 that your mother bought you like a baby grand piano.
Yeah, she did. She did. She bought me a grand piano for my first birthday, and she always wanted me to play piano. And I wasn't into that actually, like throughout my childhood, but I did start kind of getting into it and wanting to play the piano more and learning. But it's always something she wanted me to do.
So I also read in there though then that you don't like you never took piano lessons. So you play the piano by ear and you taught yourself, but you don't actually like know how to play piano the technical way. You just go and play, which is what he does too.
She can't read music. I can't read music
yeah.
either.
I can't read music. I really wish I could now. I kind of do regret it because I did take lessons back in the day when I was a kid. But I was a very, very stubborn child. I did not want to learn music. I was just so against the rule book. I kind of always wanted to do it myself. And I was just like, oh, you know what? I don't want to listen to a teacher. I'm going to do this myself. And I mean, I ended up kind of teaching myself, but it's definitely something I wish I took, better care of is just studying music and things like that. But I'm more open-minded now. So
When I was a kid, a little kid, my father was friends with the Elsa Granger Studios in New York, where all these young kids would go to be actors and actresses. And Nat King Cole had, I believe it was his niece or somebody was one of the kids that attended it. And I was up there one day, and my father mentioned something to Nat King Cole about how I should learn to play the piano. And Nat King Cole said, "Come with me." He sat down at the piano and he said to me, "This is the first thing you will learn. Every good boy deserves something."
Every good boy does fine.
Right. And I had no idea who Nat King Cole was. How sad. Now I only wish that I could sit at a piano with Nat King Cole. I would have taken
Legend. Yeah, I know.
100 pictures. But I forgot that story. I should really put that in the book one day. But that's how stupid
Also,
I was.
though, I think that because you've had, actually, I don't know if that's public knowledge or not. Are we allowed to talk a little bit more about your mom or no?
Yeah, anything. Go ahead. Anything.
So from what I understand, your mom bought you the piano, and then she was killed in the 911,
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she did die.
and you would have only been like 3 or something.
I was 2 years old, actually.
2 years
she
old.
passed.
That is so sad.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, I live with it every day, so it's okay, like, to talk about, but, I kind of wanted to do it for her because I know she always really wanted me to learn piano, and I think she was very artsy herself, so I think that, it's kind of like a way that I connect with her in a way now that I know piano, I play piano and things like that.
I actually think that though, although it's a tragedy, is the beauty is like the beauty of your story. It's a real story. It's not like just like I woke up one day and want to be a singer. My mom gave me a piano when I was 1. She died when she was 2. Now I'm like fulfilling my dream and her dream and trying to put it all together, and I'm not going to give up. And I think that that's like a beautiful story and a beautiful way to go through life, because everybody has some kind of a tragedy, maybe not as tragic as yours, but everybody's has unfortunate things that happen in their lives, and a lot of people never come out of it. And the fact that you're like tackling it face on, I think is first of all, it's very admirable, and I think it builds a lot of character. And I think that it's going to, and it comes out in the 2 songs that I've heard, so I think it's going to be a really big hit.
No, we know because one of my daughter's friends that she grew up with, he worked in the Twin Towers. He was a broker, and he was killed when the building went down.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it was a very tragic day. People, they carry that heartbreak throughout the years. I mean, I think it's been almost 20 years, but, that pain it doesn't go away. And I feel like
we never forget it. When I drive downtown Manhattan and we see the new stuff that's there, and I just get so sad because I remember what the buildings look like, and then the tragedy of when they were coming down by those bastards, those animals, those corrupt, evil creatures.
Yeah.
I think it's intense. I think it's super intense. So then, did you go to regular high school, or did you go to like a performing arts school?
I went to regular high school, but after I graduated high school, I went to the Lee Strasberg Theater and Film Institute in Manhattan. So for 2 years, I went to acting school and I studied acting.
I thought somebody said you teach there too. Do you teach there or no?
No. I just went there and studied, but I studied at method acting. So it's interesting. It's definitely hard. It's a very interesting way of learning to act.
So you're going to be kind of
all
method
acting is be real.
Yes.
That's it.
Was
just be real, and you're a method actor. I never understood what they had to train you for. When that method acting came out when I was young, and somebody suggested, because I'm an actor also, that I should go to acting school. And I said, why? I do very well as what I'm doing now. Believe the character, make it real, and there you go, your method.
Yeah, you definitely connect with the character. I have to say that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you like, have you been in any movies or indie films or plays or anything, or you're just getting started with all of that?
I'm honestly just getting started with everything because after I left Lee Strasberg, that's when I kind of got really into music. So I spent about 2 years in the studio making my album, and then unfortunately the pandemic happened, so I kind of had to put everything on hold. But
and now we're starting to come out of the whole pandemic. So here's a question I like to ask people, and usually I ask it to the people who've already been in a bunch of films and stuff. But let's say, like, as an actress, you're a fledgling actress, and you could work with any male and female actor, living or dead. And who would you like to work with, like on a bucket list? And then The next part of it, if you could have been in any movie, which your picks are going to be different because you're a lot younger than us probably, but if you could have ever been in any movie that's ever been made, what movie would you like to be in?
That's a very good question. I definitely, I would say, I love Al Pacino. So, and I love Johnny Depp. So I think I would love to be in movies with those two. And I love Anne Hathaway. I've watched a lot of her movies before. Meryl Streep is incredible. So I definitely would love to be in movies with those four probably someday. Well,
okay. Did you like the Princess Diaries? Because like you would have been young when that came out, and
I did.
I liked it too, and it made her a star. I mean, look at where she went from that movie. I mean, she blew up right after that movie. So
she did. No, she's a beautiful actress. I mean, she's really incredible. I love
she's
her.
really good too. And if you watch Ocean's 8, that's the Ocean's 8, the movie where like she was great in that. Okay, so what movie would you have liked to have been in?
That's a really good question. I feel like there's so many. I really do enjoy older movies. I don't know, honestly.
What's your idea of an older movie?
There are no such thing as old movies.
If you've never seen, Ron will tell you that if you've never seen
Bacall, Humphrey Bogart's wife.
Well, she might not even know who Lauren Bacall or Humphrey Bogart are.
Well, they're great actors of the 40s. Lauren Bacall said to me, Ron, a movie is only old after you've seen it.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I don't know. I would say maybe like The Great Gatsby. I know it's not an old movie, but with Leonardo DiCaprio, I like that kind of type of movie, like playing someone that's kind of very different from you or different from your time. I feel like it's really interesting.
So you need to watch the original because that's the remake.
No, I've never watched
Have you ever seen the Robert Redford, Mia Farrow?
Yeah, watch that one because that one's way better than
much
better than Leo DiCaprio one.
It follows the book better.
Yeah, I gotta watch it. Definitely.
That's funny because I was a clothing designer for many, many years. I had my own clothing line, and I dressed a lot of famous people and bands, a lot of bands and stuff. And Johnny Depp has a band called The Kids, and they used to shop in my store back when I lived in Florida.
Really? Wow.
That's
incredible. That's so awesome.
He's definitely, for my generation, I think he's one of the greatest actors of my generation. Yeah, he's a little bit old for your generation, but Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp does not rehearse. He does not read scripts. Johnny Depp wears an earplug. And when he goes to work, somebody feeds him.
It's been said to us, because you don't know that for a fact.
No, it's been written all over the place. Because and also Dean Martin did that. I don't know if you know who Dean Martin is.
Do they feed him the lines in his ear?
Yeah.
A little tiny. I'm gonna get one now because I forget lines when I work. So we're gonna get a little mic to put.
Oh, Goddess just joined us. Goddess just joined us from Florida. Say hi to Goddess.
Hi.
I didn't know Goddess was in Florida.
Oh, I thought she was in Florida. Maybe she's not. Yes, she is. Isn't she in Florida? No, I think she moved someplace else.
Where she is now.
Where are you from, Goddess? Okay, let us know. Okay, so those would be okay. So let's take it to the music. So do we have an idea of when some music is coming out? All these people are going to want to hear it. And do you have any?
Hopefully, in the next couple of months, I would really, really like to have it out by summertime for sure. Probably by June, I would like to at least have a single out just to kind of see what people think of it. But definitely by the summer, I would love to have the music out.
Do you sing on any of your Instagram posts?
I don't. I haven't put any of it out. I actually recently just got it copyrighted, so that's also the reason why I didn't want to really post it. But now it's copyrighted.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen to what Jimmy says. Jimmy's the best at getting everything out to the world. No, really, he is. Not because he's my husband. If he wasn't good, I wouldn't say anything. I keep my mouth shut. But he does a really good job of getting the word out.
So, which I do. That's what I do for a living. So also,
people have said that he's the best.
With Eileen. Yes.
I love Eileen. Are you kidding? My Yenta sister.
So, Goddess is in Ohio. So let's take it back to the music thing then. If you were able, let's say you're going on tour. And you could go on tour with any 3 artists. Who would you like to go on tour with?
That's a really good question. I love Rihanna. She's incredible. I love her.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, no, I love Rihanna. She's amazing. I would say I love Lana Del Rey. She's also incredible. I love her. And who else?
Well, you could pick Adele. You got to pick Adele.
And Adele. There you go. Adele. Okay. Adele,
I probably wouldn't pick Rihanna. I like Lana Del Rey a lot though, because she's not normal.
I know that's why I like her so much. She's so unique. She's so different, and I just love how she's so different.
Yeah, I like that too.
Miley Cypress.
Oh, you like Miley? He likes Miley Cyrus.
Cyrus.
I
Not
love Miley Cyrus. So I actually did go to a Miley Cyrus concert. Well, technically not Miley, Hannah Montana when I was 10 years
Oh,
old.
No,
That was honestly the moment I realized that that has to be me on stage one day. I was
it
I
will
was-
be.
you know what I mean?
oh
Like-
no,
And
it's
it will
totally
be.
going to be on. Everybody in the chat room, by the way, is talking about how personal and what a great personality and stuff you have. So they'll
Thanks,
when
everybody.
the music actually comes out, we'll have you come back on, and that way we can tell everybody that the music is out,
You know,
so people can
with
buy it.
people with great personalities, it's heard in their music. You know, because if you can connect with the public through verbal speaking,
Mhm.
you definitely will connect through your music.
That's exactly my main
Same.
goal.
It's the same thing.
So they also sent me some pictures of you, and one of the pictures of you, it looks like you're Marilyn Monroe. And
Wow.
Jack O'Halloran told me that you do the most amazing, like "Happy Birthday, Mr. President." I think that's the song he said, like Marilyn Monroe, and he said it was so like amazing, you know, that's why he's like wants to put you. He
let's
wants to
hear
put
it.
you. He wants to put you in movies and stuff because of that. Because you were so like amazing. Besides being beautiful and talented, he was like, you just can't even believe like how fabulous. It was, but you don't have to put her on the spot to do that. I'm just bringing it up.
No,
Do we get
I'm
to
gonna-
see that
I'm gonna-
someplace?
I'm going to put her on the spot. I have to hear that now.
Oh man, I have I haven't done it in a while. No, I love Marilyn and I could never ever compare to her. She's like, you know, just a legend. She's a legend. But she's really close to my heart. I do love her. So I could give it a try if you guys want to.
Absolutely.
try.
If not, I'll do it.
I'll do a little bit.
Okay.
Gotta get into character first. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Kennedy. Happy birthday to you.
Actually, it's better than Marilyn.
Oh my God.
Marilyn didn't even
I
sing it.
haven't
that well.
practiced that in like forever. So.
Marilyn sounded like she was having an orgasm when she sang it. I'll do my Marilyn. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Oh, happy birthday to you.
Oh my gosh.
You have to like love it. You were excellent, and you could hear that little that thing that you have in your voice that
The
nobody
quiver,
else.
the quiver.
The quiver in your voice is
The
so
quiver.
cool.
Thank you. I
Um,
haven't practiced that in actually a really long
That was fun. That was fun. We had Marilyn the You and Marilyn the drag queen.
Ron. So have you ever heard of Jane Russell before?
Sounds familiar.
Did you ever-
She made a movie with Marilyn Monroe called
Called
Gentlemen
Jennifer-
Prefer Blondes.
You
Oh,
need
yeah.
to watch it.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
She
they're
was
the two
she
stars of the movie.
She was the brunette.
She's his best. She was his best friend before she passed away,
Wow.
and
really?
and so she used to tell him all kinds of Marilyn Monroe stories.
All kinds of
And
stuff about Marilyn.
and Ron is like a classic Turner Classic Movies, which is like the movies that we don't want to call them old movies you probably
No.
have not seen
They're-
before.
they're not
You know, from
old.
the 40s and the 50s and the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. And so they were Marilyn Monroe and Jane Russell were like the stars of the what is that 50s?
1954.
1954. They made the movie.
So I know a lot about Marilyn stuff I won't even discuss publicly because Jane said, you know, you're a reporter, Ron. You would never do it. I said, no. Dead or alive, I don't say things bad about people. Not that there was anything bad about Marilyn. It's just how Marilyn was used and abused by men.
I feel like she was such a tortured soul. You know, I feel like
She
people
was
only
used.
saw her for her beauty.
You know, I knew
Yes.
I knew Tony Curtis, the actor, really well. Tony and I were friends, and Tony said to me, Marilyn was always on her knees, and I found that to be the most hurtful thing I've ever heard, and I never forgot it. That's why I repeated it.
It's sad. You know, it's really sad because I feel like she was so intelligent, and she actually Lee Strasberg taught her. I think Lee Strasberg was one of her mentors, and that got her kind of into.
Well, actually, it was somebody connected with Lee, but she knew Lee well.
she
she
did, yeah,
definitely
she
did.
did. know Lee.
But
So
But-
did you have to audition to go to Lee Strasberg?
No, we did have to like write an essay about why we want to act.
Yeah. years ago, it was difficult to get in.
It's probably still
when
difficult.
Lee,
though.
when Lee was alive and he did the lessons himself, but now that he's gone and the people, it became a franchise almost. It's not what it was in the 58, 59. When Marilyn went and Marlon Brando went and James Caan, all the great actors went to learn method.
So wait, what did they
Wait,
tell
the
you though
only
when you
difference
leave?
is for method. See, Warner Brothers, 1945, they read lines and they acted, and you knew they were acting.
Yeah.
Method is you don't read lines, you perform the lines, and you become the character. And
Exactly.
you don't look like you're acting. It's realism at its utmost, and
Right.
that's what they were teaching
Mhm.
at Lee Strasberg. I never had to learn that because as an actor, which I still do today in all the movies I'm in, and people say to me, "Gee, Ron, you're really good," and I say, "No, I'm not good. My character's good. I'm not there. That's not Ron Russell on that set.
Right.
That's my character, and my character is good. And if you believe that, you're going to be a good actress. Never believe it's you working. Never.
Right. That's
You're
why I
not-
like it actually, because it's like you really become the other person. And
Yes,
I-
you're not on that set. If Arrow is on that set, we see it and we know it. Like Cary Grant or Katharine Hepburn, they were always the same people. Betty Davis, they never changed character.
That's why I like Johnny Depp, because he's so
Yes, he's always different every time.
he's always shape shifting. He's like a shapeshifter. He's just so many different people, and it's like so
Well,
incredible. It's like
That's what I do when I work. I become the character, and people say your voice changes and everything. Yeah, of course it does. Because if I'm playing a ballet dancer, my voice is going to be high and gay. If I'm playing a mafia guy, my voice is going to be deep and low. So it's all about leaving yourself in the dressing room and putting on set the character.
Yeah, because you really have to become that person. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
if you don't, you're not an actor. You're just a line reader, and I hate line readers. I complain about. I make movies, and somebody's working.
This is our dog, Astro.
They work with me, and they're reading lines, and it makes me look like I'm overacting.
It's not genuine. It's not authentic. And I feel like the whole thing about is method acting is you're genuine. It's like you're really becoming this other person. And it's a lot. I mean, it's not easy. People think acting's so easy. And I'm like, it's emotionally draining.
It's easy for the people who suck. It's easy for the people who suck because they read lines.
Reading lines is easy.
Right.
But selling it to the camera picks up everything. You know that. You can't hold the camera. You can
You
never
can't hide from the camera. Oh, I learned that when I did school. You can't hide from the camera. It just shows.
But I just finished a movie where I played a general in the army, and I was doing my lines, and one of the people there was not giving me back what I needed, so it made me look stronger than them. And somebody said Ron is a scene stealer. I'm not a scene stealer.
It's not your fault. That's not your fault. You're into character.
I'm just in the business 64 years, and I've learned in 64 years how to act.
I love it. So do you like action movies? Do you more like dramas? Do you like? I mean, Great Gatsby's kind of like a drama.
I do like dramas. I'm a pretty dramatic person, so I like dramas. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm dramatic, but I do like action films. I like everything except horror. I don't do horror. I can't watch horror.
That's so funny. That's my favorite genre, and Ron's the king of all the horror movies.
Really?
And I don't watch them.
He doesn't watch them. He doesn't like
them.
I wish I could watch them, but I can't bring myself to watch them.
Do you like the teen like angst things? Like I'm like finishing the last season of Riverdale now. I love Riverdale. Do you like watch anything like that or no?
I used to love the Vampire Diaries. That was
that was a good one too. That's a good one.
I love the Vampire Diaries. I loved Game of Thrones. I loved Game of Thrones. It was a little gory, but I got used to it.
We had one of the people who was on like a bunch of episodes of Game of Thrones on once.
Oh really?
Oh, but when they start knocking eyeballs out and blood and guts and chopping off hands, I can't watch it. I can't watch it.
It was a lot of blood. I got used to it after like season 3. I
want to watch it. I have to watch Game of Thrones.
I'm very nervous about a movie. I'm in a movie next week. I go to work, okay? And I'm very nervous because the guy that's doing the film said, be prepared to be covered from head to toe in blood.
That's kind of exciting though. I want to be in the movie.
Yeah, but you know what? I have to watch it. It's not pleasant seeing yourself being chopped up. Or
I can't wait. I'm getting shot in the face.
Yeah, I
I'm getting shot in the face with a shotgun. I can't wait.
Now that's exciting. Now that's exciting. That's awesome. I want to be stabbed or something in a movie, or that would just be so cool.
I'm one of the actors that he talks about that reads lines. I suck, but I have a good time, and that's all I care about. Like, and I'm in a bunch of movies, and so I've been killed already in one before, but never really been killed where it's all bloody and guts.
How was
and stuff
that though?
like
Was
that.
it fun to be
Oh
killed?
yeah, that's totally a blast. I love it.
I've never seen myself killed.
I've been killed in 2 movies already.
I was killed in one movie, The Big Friggin' Rat, but you don't see me getting killed. The rat kills me in the basement. And you don't see it only because of the amount of acrobatics I would have had to do at my age. They wouldn't let me do it because of my age. Well, the rat picks you up, throws you in the air. My leg came off. I got hit the door, and there's no way they're going to let somebody. I was 79 at the time.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
And they said we were not going to let you do that.
So you don't watch Riverdale? You got to watch Riverdale. I think you'd like it.
I haven't watched it, but I want to. I want to hop on.
It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix. You should watch it. I think you'll like it because it's like your age demographic. And even though they're playing, they're in high school, but they're like your age, and there's got like this good singer in it and stuff. I think you'd like it.
How did you meet Jack?
I met Jack through a mutual friend who lives in Ocean City, because I'm in Ocean City right now, actually. We go back and forth from Ocean City to New York City.
Right.
So,
Where's Ocean City's in Maryland?
New Jersey.
No, it's like literally right next to Atlantic City. It's like a 10-minute drive from Atlantic City.
Okay.
I've known Jack for a while now. He's a great guy, though.
Hang on, it's not far from where Robin's house is.
Okay.
She's in Ocean City.
Okay.
You've been there. What was I going to say now? Shit, I forgot. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, go
I was gonna
ahead.
say something important, and I forgot what I was going to say.
So let's tell everybody again, you guys. You can follow Arrow on her Instagram. It's Amanda Rose O'Connor. So you're Irish? Are you Irish?
Wait, what do you
Irish,
do?
a little Irish, but you know what's funny? I'm half Puerto Rican, and no one believes me.
Yeah, you don't.
Oh, that's not true. I have 2 very wonderful friends who I grew up with, who are Puerto Rican, and she's a redhead with green eyes and white skin. She doesn't look anything Hispanic.
We're all different types of people. My mom
She
is
looks
100%
Irish.
Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love Puerto Rican people, by the way.
Me too. They're so fun. I mean, the Irish, they're okay, but not as fun as
I love their parties. I love their music. I love their spirit.
Yeah.
I think that New York Puerto Rican people are one of the finest people in New York City.
And the best dancers. The best dancers. Yeah.
Oh, I used to go to the party. I went out with a girl, Gloria Hernandez, and I used to go to all of her family's affairs and parties. And oh my God, like Italians, they love to eat, drink, and dance and laugh and chicka chicka chicka. Everything was. I love it. Love Puerto Rican people. Love them. Love them.
They're a good time.
So you guys, again, follow Amanda on Instagram. It's Amanda Rose O'Connor. Her music's going to be coming out, and you'll see it all over our social media when it does. So we'll let you know. You're totally going to have to come up with like hats and T-shirts and stuff because that arrow looks really cool.
I just actually made this today, and I was like, you know what? It looks kind of cool. I got to represent my name, you know?
No, I think it looks fantastic.
I think normally I would be upset because I like our guests to come on looking glamorous because everybody thinks if you're in the business you should be glamorous. But I think you're adorable in it and cute. You got away with it. If you didn't, I would have said to you, could you please remove your hat and show us your hair? And we had a very famous English singing star on our show. I mean, I can't give her name, but she's the most famous woman in the girl. And she came on with her hair piled on her head in a sweatshirt, looking like she washed the floor. No makeup. She looked like shit. I said to her, I said, see how nice we're dressed? I said, how dare you come on our show?
You guys, you look very good. I like the
I said, unhook your hair, let it come down, and put some makeup on the air. I told her this.
Wow.
And she didn't get offended. I said, you're trying to sell yourself. Nobody's going to care about you if you look like some slob from next door.
That's right.
People expect their entertainers to look like entertainers.
That was good, I guess, in Hollywood, right?
When Jimmy and I go to a red carpet or a major event, we dress to the nine. I mean, I have rhinestone shoes, outrageous jackets. Jimmy and I go totally Hollywood.
That's the whole point. I love
Wait
that.
a minute. When we walk the red carpet, all the people standing there watching who's going on the red carpet, they start screaming and applauding when Jimmy and I walk by, and they say, "Oh man, I love your shoes, or I love your jacket." That's
and
what
we
they
always
want.
get in Getty.
And we're always in Getty.
We're always
photos.
getting Getty because we're all dressed up.
So
And
let me
they don't
give-
take pictures of everybody.
Let me give you a little tip.
That's
What you have on today is cute. But a girl of your age, there are so many glamorous, beautiful things you could do with yourself to make yourself sparkle.
She has them. You should see her promo pictures.
I
She's
don't know.
smoking hot.
I'm sure she's
Did
gorgeous.
you see the picture that I was on the flyer that we did for her coming on the
Right.
show?
She's a beautiful girl. She could do anything with herself.
Thank
mean,
you.
She doesn't need.
I love fashion though. I honestly do. I love the whole glamorous.
No,
thing.
but if you go on the red carpet, you go like this, I'll trip you.
Oh no. This is just
I
my.
will not go on the red carpet.
This is her like I'm chilling on a cool TV
No, but
show
I'd like
outfit.
No. You would never catch me in this attire on the red carpet. I promise.
See you in a
You're going to
gorgeous-
be on a red carpet with us because we're going to
That's
get you
right.
invited to some.
And I
which-
want to see you in a gorgeous long gown with high heels.
I
and a-
promise. I
and
won't let you guys down.
looking like Hollywood 1950 when glamour was the thing that we sold. Everybody, Marilyn Monroe, my God, who
I'll
sold
do a
glamour?
Marilyn look. I love her style. She had amazing.
Well, when you're on the carpet with us, come as Marilyn. And
So-
you know what? You'll get it in Getty photos.
And watch
Okay.
Gentlemen Prefer Blondes with Marilyn and
Jane
his friend
Russell.
Jane Russell, and watch the original Gatsby that came
I
out with
will.
Robert Redford. You will like love it. All right, you guys. So we got to go. This is Arrow,
you
you
so much,
guys. We had a blast. You're fabulous. You're gorgeous. We can't
you,
wait
Jimmy.
for your career to
You're
take off.
Arrow, you're adorable.
Thank you for having me, guys. I really appreciate
I
it.
know you're going to make. I know you're going to make it because you have personality, beauty, and smarts. So I'll see you on the red carpet.
I'll see you guys there.
Hi. Hey, everybody.
Bye,
Chat room,
Bye-bye.
thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. We had a great show. We want to thank Sadie Katz and Arrow for coming on the show, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Can turn out to be so wrong. Yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes? Download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.
Of course. I'll leave my makeup on.